And then its ethnic group, basically what we call today Latin people. Latin people. This is different from what we usually think of, that foreigners are all blonde, blue-eyed with high nose bridges and very tall. Well, it's not this ethnic group. The Latin people in Italy are relatively not that tall. And as for hair, they mostly have black hair, yeah. If you go to Italy today, you'll find that people in southern Italy are like what I just described, black hair, not so tall, that kind of ethnic category. But if you go to northern Italy, for example, to cities like Milan, well, you'll find more people with blonde hair and blue eyes. This is because of historical reasons, which I'll expand on later. So basically, the Italian cultural sphere inherited this set of culture from ancient Rome, the Latin culture, and preserved it all along. But in history, the Roman Empire wasn't always at its peak. The Roman Empire actually lasted until around 395 AD, because the Roman Empire was just too big. Around 395 AD, the East and West Rome underwent a split. And then, well, let's not worry about East Rome for now, because it lasted until 1453, when it was finally conquered and destroyed by the Ottoman Empire. But as for West Rome, well, West Rome fell in 476 AD. So who was it that destroyed it? Well, this brings us to our other keyword for today, Germany. Of course, the concept of Germany probably didn't exist when it destroyed West Rome. At that time, they were collectively known as the Northern Barbarians, the Germanic barbarians. And also, Germanic is what you see today in Germany. What's Germany called in English? It's called Germany. And then the word for of Germany is German. German means Germanic. If you break it down further, there are many, many details. Within the Germanic people, there were many tribes. For example, the Goths and the Vandals and the Lombards. These were all different, you could say different tribes within the Germanic people. So after they conquered West Rome, they respectively established various countries. Some lasted quite a long time, while others were short-lived. For example, today's Italy, after being conquered, what was established there? It was called the Ostrogothic Kingdom. And for example, today's Spain, what was once established there? The Visigothic Kingdom. And you see, let me explain now why, for instance, in northern Italy, in places like Milan, the people there are more likely to have blonde hair and blue eyes and be taller. Well, look at the region of Italy that Milan belongs to. What's it called? It's called the Lombardy region. Well, the Lombards, Lombardy was also it should also be a tribe within the Germanic people. So the historical context within this is very complex. In short, in the year 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire was destroyed by the Germanic people. So basically, Europe afterwards became a confrontation between two major ethnic groups. The Latin people in the south and the Germanic people in the north. After the fall of the Roman Empire, these two peoples began to merge. But despite this ethnic blending, the underlying relationship of mutual conquest was quite complex. For instance, the Roman Empire had already adopted Christianity as its state religion. Then the Germanic tribes conquered the Romans, but they eventually converted to Christianity as well, so they shared the same religion. However, you must not forget that they were not of the same origin or ethnicity. There were fundamental differences in their national character. So, after the fall of the Western Roman Empire, it seemed as if all of Europe had merged into a great melting pot of ethnic harmony. But the binary opposition between the Latins and the Germans has always existed. This binary opposition is reflected in every aspect of their culture and art. First, let's talk about culture. What is the foundation of culture? Language is the foundation of culture, right? If you look at the languages of the South versus the North, there are huge differences in pronunciation and vocabulary. I can give you some examples. For instance, the 5 languages we mentioned, Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Romanian, all belong to the Romance language family.